Some more on the Talmud. It says, "For the law of the Sabbath be kept holy is only a man-made law without logic, as are many man-made laws that contradict the laws of creation." So it's saying the day of the Sabbath, Sunday, that we're supposed to keep holy in the Bible is a man-made law. So that's why I say that we have to be careful about what we read in ancient texts or the Bible or anything, because a lot of it is misinterpreted and people putting their own opinions into it to make it a law. Humans are creatures of wills of their own. Every Sabbath day, creation rotates the stars through the heavens, regulates the suns, winds, and rains, and nourishes all creatures on earth. So when they say creation does this, I think they're referring to God, because in the book of Enoch, he says there's 10 levels of heaven, and one of the levels are where the planets and sun and everything rotates on a track. So they rotate them, and the stars and everything like that, what he just said, because they're a part of this ecosystem. They're not the planets and the suns and the stars that creation created. Because if you think about it, the stars and planets and everything that creation created, he wouldn't need to manually basically rotate them for it to regulate the suns and the winds and the rains. That would just be, it's like when you're in an ecosystem, that's when things need to be rotated in order for the weather and whatnot to be regulated. But when it's just creation that created those things, then it doesn't need to be regulated. It regulates itself, basically. So it's like, this is Immanuel / Jesus being told certain stuff, but not really digging deeper and questioning it, but taking it as truth and knowledge, but not really understanding. That's why it's very hard to trust anything that they say, even the ancient texts. But the only way you can kind of come up with some conclusions is by tying it together, that more than one text is saying the same thing, and they existed at different time periods in different parts of the world, and they didn't have access to each other. So that's how you can kind of decipher that, hey, this is the truth. And then sitting and pondering on that knowledge and letting your intuition guide you to tell you, hey, this is what this means, or if this is the truth or not, if it feels right. It's like you'll get a feeling or inner knowing that this is truthful information or whether this is false information once you've been meditating, praying, sitting with source, sitting with your thoughts to go through what's false and what you've been brainwashed to think. But it takes time to develop that, and that's where we have to work on it every day to know what is the truth and what is not the truth, because sometimes you'll be told the truth and then you'll sit on it and be like, actually, that's not right, that doesn't make sense. So the Bible says Judas betrayed Jesus, his disciple, but it was really the Pharisee's son Judah, and they manipulated it and said it was Judas. So maybe the Talmud was hidden in his cave where Jesus was put when he died to keep the true words safe until this prophecy was revealed. So it's just like all of these stuff that's in the Bible we have to question, because even the Talmud says that, hey, they're going to lie and say that Judas is the one who betrayed me, my disciple, but it wasn't. It was Judah. So how can we believe information when it's constantly being altered? Until then, my teachings will be falsified and turned into an evil cult which will cause much human blood to flow. But write down my teachings and my life story another time, for the time will come in 2 times 2,000 years when my writings will be revealed. So even in the Talmud, he says, like, people are going to misinterpret my message. The people in power basically are going to take it and use it to their advantage. The evil people in power are going to take the information that's being used, that's riddled with truth, but manipulate it, alter it, and change it to do their bidding, to accumulate power, control, and money from the people, and brainwash us to believe what they want us to believe. So that's why it's so important to stop taking things at face value, dig deeper, uncover the truth, look into everything so you really understand what your soul, to understand why you're here, your soul's purpose, what creation wants from you, what your destiny is, what your faith is, all through your choices. But make the choices that get you closer to creation, because that's the basically only thing that matters, for you to understand everything and be able to, for your soul to get reincarnated on a planet with a higher frequency.